Hey, Caleb Rule here with Rule Marketing Group. Today we're looking at EZGO. Going to switch things up a little bit as part of our unsolicited customer experience feedback series. Nobody asked for these. These are not affiliated with anybody, but hopefully it is interesting just from a marketing perspective or just from an end user's perspective, and gives you a few fresh ideas maybe for your own website, your own content, and how you are presenting your brand. So EZGO, major player in the golf car space. There's a B2B2C kind of model within the industry. It absolutely operates through dealers. Now, quick disclaimer before I kind of go through this. If you're familiar with me, you may know that I have a couple years experience actually at a direct competitor of EZGO's. I worked at Club Car for a couple of years. It's been a handful of years since that time, but I do want to acknowledge that up front. Not going to comment on one company versus the other. I do just want to approach the website and kind of walk through a few things, good, bad, and let this be educational. But I do like to note that up front. You want more information on my experience? CalebRule.com for that. So let's dig in. EZGO's website, initial impression is it's slick, right? This homepage is absolutely meant to just get you to the right place. They're clearly playing towards two industries: personal golf cars for people like me or people like you to use at home in your neighborhood, just down the street, or fleet golf cars, which are used at golf courses entirely. So in this case, we'll go explore personal golf cars. Before I do that, I want to note one thing from a marketing perspective that I'm noticing, and it's the URL. That's not a normal URL for an established company that's tens, hundreds of millions of dollars in annual recurring revenue. That's a subdomain, right? And it's actually it's owned by Textron. It's part of the Textron enterprise. But actually, if I go to the website here, it's actually a dead link because Textron.com is the parent company's main website. So this URL structure is kind of and actually I don't think it's going to help EZGO try to rank organically with Google or Bing or other search engines, because Google's going to look at this going, you're a subdomain of this website that actually doesn't exist. And so there's some unnecessary organic dilution that is going on here. And in fact, if I just type in EZGO.com, it actually takes me to the personal page. So I can even so if I just type in EZGO.com, my slow old computer is gonna take a second, but you can even see it's starting to load, and then there you go. It redirected to the personal page up here. So clearly, they're kind of staking their brand. Whoop, spoilers. We're gonna look at mobile here as well, but so it's not even going here. This homepage is really just a get out of here type of page. Now that's okay. Because how EZGO is probably going to market is with fleet golf. That's very relationship kind of built. Personal golf, it's much more consumer focused. So you have consumer marketing tactics going on. So I understand why you don't take somebody here. In fact, you actually want to take them here. But in terms of page rank, there could be some dilution there that's not helping. So anyway, marketing note over. Let's just dig into the experience. And this kind of looks slick. I love the emphasis on the photography. It's very lifestyle centered, right? I will say here, you have these people kind of looking in this direction, and there's nothing over there. There's no words. There's a little scroll, which I actually appreciate. Kind of just, hey, here's what you do. But these people are looking at absolutely nothing. There is nothing over here. The call to action is down here, so that's a little distracting. I understand, they're going with the full width imagery kind of look and feel, and as I scroll, I suspect it will be, so it's just going to continue with that. But now these people are kind of looking to the left, and they're looking at nothing. There's nothing over there. So I wonder if, is it a big deal? No. But I do wonder, kind of, that where the CTA is, like right there on the second photo, my eyes are drawn to it. On this first photo, my eyes are not. My eyes are kind of going, where exactly should I be looking? I kind of look where these people are looking first, and I look at nothing, and then I need to go kind of find my way back on the page to figure out what to do next. So the call to action is, hey, check out the new model year lineup. Golf car industry is very automotive kind of focused because these are cars. Fun fact, by the way, golf cars, not carts with a T. So if you're somebody who calls it a golf cart, product marketing managers don't like that for good reason. It's not a shopping cart that you have to push. It is it has its own engine. It's like a car. Fun fact, in case you were wondering why I'm calling it a car, not a cart. But customize your dream, EZGO, build and price, makes sense. I wonder if that should be the second call to action or not. Yeah, actually, the battery warranty, I think, might be a differentiator or a value proposition that because EZGO has direct competitors in the space. So I wonder if the technology, like no other, should be 2 and the build and price should be 3, since the build and price, I suspect, is a call to action on other pages in terms of exploring vehicles, shopping tools. So we scroll down. All right, that's the same family. That's the same guy from the first photo. I think a different photo here might be slightly more impactful because this makes me go, wait, I'm on photo 4 and I'm already seeing a repeat, sort of. It's not the exact same photo, but it's clearly the same family or people. And then powertrains, and that's on a golf course. So I don't know. I mean, do people take their personal vehicles onto the golf course? Maybe. It's been a few years since I've worked there, and some golf courses may allow that. Some golf courses may not. But I don't know if this photo to me makes me think. Actually, I don't think that's a golf course, is it? That's just a lake. So maybe this is more about me than anything else. But the content, powertrains, standard gas. So that's good. That's kind of putting that forth a little bit. And shopping tools, build yours. There it is again. So I don't know if that needs to be second up above, shop accessories, etc. I think that's fine. I do want to make one note on the menu. I don't like having recalls up there, actually, because to me, as somebody who may be looking to purchase, that makes me go, why are you putting recalls front and center? Am I going to have a recall? Should I expect to have a recall? Is that a problem with EZGO's products? I think that should probably be in the footer or maybe just in the menu. So if I look down here, yeah, there's recall information right here under resources as well in the footer. And if I open the menu, recall information is here. I don't think I'd call that out in the menu. I think it's a negative impression that it gives me. And in fact, if I look at an automotive website, in this case Ford, they have recalls right here down under the support menu. But if I scroll all the way up, I don't see recalls up here at all. So I don't know if that's actually necessary for having this front and center. I would just do explore vehicles and shopping tools. I actually would do this differently entirely. Now that I'm talking through it, and here's what I mean. Close that. Take out recalls. You've got some space, right? You have some shopping tools. Why? Okay, let me click here. Not all of these aren't tools. Actually, build and price is. Request a quote is a call to action. That's not a shopping tool. Financing could be a shopping tool. It may be something interactive with that. Accessories, potentially. The buyer's guide. I think the buyer's guide should be in the menu. That's a big value add for as I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here as well. There's the financing. I would put those maybe front and center, or even just order now or build and price. So, explore vehicles. I don't know if you need a drop down for here. Maybe you do, because it gives you the pricing. It gives you highlights a few of their top models. But maybe not too many changes there, but there's multiple calls to action in that menu, and it's a little distracting. But I would take out, I don't think shopping tools has to be a mega menu. I think it could be a standalone link that takes you to a landing page that gives you 5 or 6 of the keys, and then bam, 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 bam. What's your 2 or 3 other ones, right? Build and price. Check out the buying guide if you're confused. Check out financing, or find a local dealer. Again, that's 4. You could play around with the spacing as well to make sure it's not too cluttered, but I think that could be pulled into the menu and just very front and center some of these calls to action. So let's actually take a look at the model year page. So this is the first call to action on that previous page, right? Explore the model year. So full width again. At least there's some consistency with kind of the look and feel. So I like that. Better than ever. It's a little confused. Why is this not capitalized? That looks a little odd. Very minor, and again, I'm a marketer, so I notice these things that maybe it's not as important to some people, but I can't unsee it. So model year 2023 is here. This to me doesn't add anything. I'll just be perfectly honest with you. I mean, you got to have a headline. I get it. But above the fold, I don't see anything that adds value to me. I have to scroll to kind of find the value that I'm looking for. So I don't know if this is helpful information above the fold. Here's the all new Valor. I would maybe pull that here. You know, what's new? Bam. You could put that instead of better than ever. Better than ever is just generic. Everybody says it's better than ever, right? Or all new, blah, blah, blah. No differentiation there. Upgrade design offers endless opportunities. Blah. This is a paragraph, and I don't want to read it. It's just kind of a block of text. I would use a paragraph break here, just to give a little bit of space. Maybe just right here before the word the, and then the Valor will now feature automotive style hanging pedals. Blah blah blah. So I think that could be nice. Also, why is it not full width? I guess, you know, we've kind of lost that a little bit here. Probably mobile responsive design, but going green, sustainability goals. Again, you know, if that is a huge deal to convincing somebody to purchase an EZGO versus a competitor, then I think having this here is great. And product marketing team will be the one who knows that information. Again, block of text to probably put a line space somewhere because I don't want to read that. It just says going green, sustainability goals. I will say, you know, in 2 seconds, I understand what we're looking for. I do like the fact that these people are looking at the text as well. Express yourself, explore more, and an express vehicle design to custom. Okay. These aren't hyperlinked, and I wonder if that should they be available on Express S2 and S6. Maybe should it be a link to like the build and price vehicle or vehicle builder with that specific package necessarily? Because right now this is just I'm Lodestar on Daytona wheel, Paramount on Rogue alloy wheel. That to me is speaking dealer. That's not speaking consumer. Now, again, if you're hardcore about your golf car, then maybe you know exactly what some of these are, right? You know, just like you have car fanatics who are very into the nitty gritty details of everything on their car. You get the same thing with the golf cars as well. There are absolutely people like that. But I don't know if some of this language is as customer centric necessarily. So if I scroll down, what's the CTAs? Stay informed. Be the first to know when new vehicles get arrived. Check availability, and your best ride starts here. I would not do it in this, you know, check availability. Model year 2022 vehicles. Wouldn't it just talk in 2023 up above? So that I think just needs a brief update. It is March 10th in 2023, the day that I'm looking at this. I might do request a quote bigger as its kind of own standalone, and then maybe check availability or stay informed, something to that effect. I don't know. This doesn't feel right to me in terms of the order, and this is the again the model year page. It was the first CTA on the personal golf car landing page. See, I said cart. Dadgummit. So let's go to. So this is what happens if you click. Shopping tools, and then you actually pick buying guide. So you go here, buying guide. Again, I think this should be front and center. I think, you know, I don't know where to start. Right now it's kind of buried. So if I click buyer's guide, it comes to here. This feels small. You know, why are we showing all the personal golf cars? I clicked buying guide. I don't want you to show me these yet. I don't know which one I want. I need help from you to guide me to what the best fit might be. So let's click get started, and I might need to move my face. Yeah, I'm going to move myself all the way over here. All right. Where were you driving? Okay, so they say cart. And I will say from a marketing perspective, that's because people search it, quite frankly. It's called a golf car, but people search golf cart with a T on the end. So from a website, you got to call it what's going to rank, what people are searching for. So I like to call that out. You're going to, in a golf community, neighborhood community use. Let's pretend that I have a second home or a vacation home. I have neither. But how many passengers? Let's say I want electric. Let's kind of see what happens. Okay, so this is actually updating based on what I'm selecting. So slick, I like that. What kind of electric powertrain are you looking for? I appreciate the fact that it is great for first times. Let's say I would be a first time. Bam. Okay. That's smooth. We found your match. This is good. I really like that. I hate the fact that it's buried. It should be brought forward. Guide me and make it as frictionless as possible of an information gathering experience, right? So hey, you've started. Hey, the Valor's the right one for you. Build yours, request correct. This is good, but it's buried. I didn't even see it front and center on the main landing page right here. Right? And honestly, I customize. What if I don't know what I want? That should be here. So that's good. Shop inventory. Yeah, that's I like that a lot. Let's take a quick look at one of the product pages. So this is the Liberty. And this is one of the vehicles that if I click explore vehicles, yeah, it's right here. It's just the first one. So sticking with the lifestyle, that makes certain sense. What happens if I do this? Okay, that's fine. To click on it, MSRP. Yep, again, automotive type of pricing, powertrains, elite lithium. Yeah, I wouldn't take somebody off this page. So no need to explain what's going on here. This to me feels like too many calls to action. There's literally 7. And I understand how you need to kind of play or give people a chance a little bit. But if I'm going to order now, what's the difference between ordering now and building and pricing versus requesting a quote? I might need a little explainer between the 3, right? And then I find a dealer, see specs, sell sheet. If people are looking for the sell sheet, fine. The specs. I know some people are absolutely looking for those. If I scroll down, okay. But so we don't have like the specs buried right here or anything. Yeah, I think 7 is too many. I would honestly maybe try to get this down to 3. I would try to eliminate this secondary line entirely. I don't know if request a quote is right. If you have build and price as well, there may be some redundancy here. It could be Liberty, financing options may need to be one of the 3. So you could say order now, build and price, financing options, or find a dealer, one of those 2. And then specs could be its own kind of link. It could be streamlined to give me the information that I'm looking for, but this is obviously without the context of heat mapping data that they maybe have. Liberty is the product name. It should be capitalized right here. Again, minor because it's capitalized right here, but not a big deal. Like the QR code. They've come back. People use them. Scan the code and see how this Liberty fits into your lifestyle perfectly. Might rephrase that. Perfectly fits into your lifestyle. Anyway, minor things. Run it through Grammarly and it'll fix it for you, to be honest with you. Left justified, center justified. That doesn't match. Again, not a huge deal, but this is actually blocking the photography that you're playing to. I think this should be left justified to match. Or they should both be center. Unmatched. Okay, so now we've got some of the vehicle highlights. This is fine. Reviews. I personally am a fan of testimonials, reviews being higher, above the fold, if at all possible, because what people actually say, and we have a name. I'd love it if there was also a location of this person. You don't have to give their full name. I get that, but where do they live, right? Because you could. Honestly, there's so many fake reviews out there that, it's you could, and it's also slightly distracting with a moving carousel. By the way, carousels, nah, nobody likes them. Most people don't click through them. Plenty of data that's been out there for years. I think there's a website, shouldihaveacarousel.com, that actually speaks to some of this. But I think you could pull some of this content with the review higher. If it's specific to Liberty, then maybe you pull that higher on your highest priced vehicles, in this case, to just give that a little oomph. Hey, you should, instead of purchasing this $9,000 base model, you should purchase this $15,000 base model. Here's why. Here's the testimonials. Maybe you can kind of help guide people a little bit to a more expensive decision if it's certainly right for them, and try to increase your margins on the purchases that people are making. And then Liberty packages, that makes sense. Continue building, interesting. Build, I might change that to again, little minor things, right? Instead of continue building, I never started. Like, so instead of continue building, maybe build this or something. Shopping tools, I think that's fine. Okay. So ultimately, my kind of in general review, very high level on just a few pages here of the EZGO website experiences. I like kind of this look and feel, which is for the homepage, which gets you to the right place at the right time. I appreciate the interactivity and the use of their brand, the blue and the white, and it all kind of pulls together. I love the fact that they're using lifestyle photography. They have some interactivity here. I do wonder if some helpful content like the buying guide could be brought forward in the process, put much more front and center, to help me if I want that help, right? Because right now it's a little buried. I do think the menu, shopping tools, is a little cluttered, and a couple of things could be brought into that top menu. Also, recalls, get it out of there, because that's a negative right there. Recalls, just front and center. Put it in the footer. It's already in the menu. It's in both already. You don't need it in the top navigation, because honestly, I may just Google, my Liberty, if I was looking at that. Oh, it has a recall. Okay, Liberty, EZGO Liberty recall. And Google's going to get me to the right page anyway. And proactively, you'd have already reached out regarding a recall. Happens, in the automotive industry all the time. You don't need it there. That's a negative, I think. So I would take that out. And that's some minor, tweaks here and there that I would make. But in general, I think EZGO's site is interactive. Love the emphasis of the lifestyle photography. Love kind of how you're trying to get me to picture the use of the product as well. And so, all in all, not a bad experience. So if you found this interesting or useful, if you have questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to let me know. Caleb@ruleyourcompetition.com. And if you want in-depth analysis, much more in-depth than this is just high-level overview, unsolicited on a few web pages. You want something significantly more for your business, ruleyourcompetition.com. I'm Caleb Rule of Rule Marketing Group, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much.